What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Monday, January 24th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments section who your favorite and least favorite of my contenders are. And finally, shout out to Prize Picks, right there, presenting sponsor of this video. Awesemo.com/prizepicks-promo. Get yourself one free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. Get yourself a little bit of a deposit bonus. We've got a free NBA player props tool on Awesemo.com that will help you do everything you need to do at Prize Picks. Now, we are rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Julius Randle, Mike Conley, Zach LaVine, if he plays, Jared Allen, and Josh Hart on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. In first at number 5, we've got Josh Giddey. He is shooting guard eligible, 6K, projected for 35. The goal is 40.5. He's in the optimal lineup 37% of the time. It's a tough slate, but we're pretty consistent with Giddey at this point. 32 minutes, around a fantasy point per minute, somewhere in that fantasy point to 1.1 range, 21% usage, and then a little bit of everything. 13 points, almost 9 rebounds, 7 assists, stock and a half, not too shabby. Neutral matchup from a pace perspective against the Chicago Bulls. They are a little bit shorthanded. I do have Zach LaVine on this list right now. It's no guarantee that he does play. I don't think it really changes the outlook here. For now, I think we just have to look at Josh Giddey as a very solid, as you can tell, 37%. But there's very little difference between Giddey at 5 and, say, Randle at 10. But for right now, Giddey is in the top 5. Switching sides of the court here, number 4, DeMar DeRozan, shooting guard, small forward eligible, 9K. Projected for 43.5. The goal is 53. He's in the optimal lineup 38% of the time. Whether LaVine is in or not, you know what you're getting out of DeMar. 35, 36 minutes, 1.2-ish fantasy points per minute, 34% usage because we've got no Lonzo Ball, no Alex Caruso. 26, 6, and 6 is just a baseline projection. I mean, 26 real points is no joke. Maybe you get a steal here. Pace neutral against Oklahoma City, but obviously most of the Thunder, barely an NBA team. Just an absolutely great spot for DeRozan. The fact that you can put him at shooting guard and small forward is a bonus. In at number 3, we've got Evan Mobley. Power forward center eligibility, which is massive on a 4-game slate. 6,900, projected for 36. The goal is 44. He's in the optimal lineup 40% of the time. I got him in for 36 minutes. He's just playing an absolute ton. He's a fantasy point per minute guy. Now, it is a pace down spot. Both the Knicks and the Cavs, 2 of the 5 slowest teams in basketball. So there are not a lot of possessions to go around in this one. But he's still projected for 16 points and 9 boards. So knocking on the door of a double-double. Plus 2.5 assists, 2.5 stocks as well. And that's really where you're going to get your bread buttered. If he's picking up a couple extra steals, a couple extra blocks, that really starts to add up on FanDuel. Again, you're not really worried about the Knicks in general. It's the pace down spot that really calms this down. He could just as easily be in that number 2 spot if this were a slightly different pace matchup. But the fact that you get him at power forward and center at just 6,900 makes him very appealing today. At number 2, we've got Jonas Valanciunas, center eligible, 7,500 only, projected for 46, and the goal is 47. He's in the optimal lineup 42% of the time. 33 minutes for Joe Val, right around 1.4 fantasy points per minute in this spot. Doesn't have to worry about Miles Turner or Domantas Sabonis. It's going to be a Goga Bitadze show here today. 26% usage for Joe Val because no Brandon Ingram in this one. I've got Joe Val projected for 20.5 points and almost 16 rebounds. That's not just a double-double. You'd be shocked if he doesn't get a double-double. Should absolutely nuke this Indiana team, who's going to have a lot of trouble on the boards. Plus 2 assists and another stock and a half. It is a pace down spot against Indiana. I don't think that matters all that much. Joe Val's ceiling at 7,500. Let's just say that Joe Val goes for 50. You probably need him. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments who your favorite plays are. And finally, one last shout out, Awesemo.com/prizepicks-promo. You can see it on the screen to my left. Well, my right on the screen, my left naturally. I do this all the time. It's never the same. Go check out Prize Picks, the presenting sponsor of this video. Coming in at number 1, if he plays, is Caris LeVert. Now, he's missed the last 2 games, but he is questionable for today. Shooting guard, small forward eligible, 7,900. No Brogdon, no Sabonis, no Turner, no TJ McConnell. If Caris LeVert is able to play, I gave him 32 minutes. He's going to soak up usage at that price tag. He's a 1.3 fantasy point per minute guy. Right now, when those guys aren't on the floor in this matchup against New Orleans, 31% usage when Brogdon and Sabonis are off the floor. 22 points, 6 assists, and 5 boards. Maybe you get a stock or 2. You get great positional eligibility. It's not a tough matchup against New Orleans. We have no idea if LeVert is playing. It's possible that he goes from the number 1 contender to fully off the slate by the time we get to noon. We won't know. We will bump up some Indiana guys, though. But for right now, if Caris LeVert makes it out onto the floor today, and he is starting, he is your number 1 contender. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Monday, January 24th. DraftKings version of this video is around here somewhere. Check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win that money. We're back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.